Have you ever found yourself sitting down to do something truly important, something you care deeply about, but within minutes, you're reaching for your phone, scrolling aimlessly, or checking emails for no reason? It's almost like this invisible force pulling us away from what really matters, isn't it? I felt this same frustration, wondering if it was just me, if maybe I lacked discipline. Then I stumbled upon Cal Newport's incredible insights in deep work. And here's what really shook me. It's not about discipline alone. It's about creating space for clarity. You see, deep work isn't just productivity. It's a sanctuary where your mind is fully engaged, free from distraction, operating at its highest potential. Imagine stepping into a quiet room, closing the door behind you, and for a moment, the entire world fades away. It's just you and the task at hand. Now here's the interesting part. Newport doesn't just suggest deep work as a productivity hack. He treats it like a craft, something precious you cultivate and protect. Because in a world obsessed with shallow tasks, quick emails, endless meetings, notifications screaming for attention, deep work becomes a rare superpower. Think about a craftsman sculpting something beautiful from raw stone. It's not rushed. Every strike is deliberate, every detail carved patiently. Your mind works similarly when you're engaged deeply. You enter a state where your thoughts are sharp, clear, precise, and remarkably creative. But why is deep work so rare today? Why do we default to shallow tasks that leave us drained, yet feeling strangely unaccomplished? Newport gently uncovers something uncomfortable, yet crucial. We've grown addicted to distraction. Our brains have become trained to seek tiny dopamine hits from social media, emails, or brief interactions that promise immediate gratification, but deliver little real value. Let me bring this to life for you. Imagine you're at a cafe, watching two people at separate tables. One is constantly checking their phone, responding to notifications every few seconds. They seem busy, always moving, always reacting. At the other table sits someone completely absorbed in their work. Notebook open, pen moving deliberately across the page, completely unaware of their surroundings. Which person seems fulfilled? Which seems to truly be creating something meaningful? Yet even knowing this, breaking this cycle isn't easy. Here's what really changes everything. Deep work isn't about working more. It's about working smarter, more intentionally. It's about learning to respect your own mental space as sacred ground. When you cultivate deep work, you're not only more productive, but your life becomes calmer, richer, more meaningful. I once spoke with a friend who's a writer, someone who consistently creates impactful work. I asked her secret, expecting a complex answer, but she smiled and simply said, "I create boundaries. When I write, nothing else exists, just me, my thoughts, and the page." She wasn't harsh or rigid. She was clear, intentional. Her work flowed from a space of calm, from deep engagement rather than frantic multitasking. That conversation stayed with me. It made me realize how often we undervalue our attention, treating it carelessly, letting it scatter in countless directions. Newport challenges us to reclaim that power, to fiercely protect our focus as the most valuable resource we possess. Consider this moment as your invitation. Right now, ask yourself honestly, when was the last time you truly immersed yourself, losing track of time because you were deeply, fully engaged? What if this wasn't a rare occurrence, but a regular part of your life? Deep work also demands courage. Courage to disconnect, to step away from the illusion of constant connectivity. It's not easy at first. In fact, it might feel unsettling, even uncomfortable. But on the other side of that discomfort lies clarity, focus, and the ability to achieve what truly matters to you. Newport shares the story of Carl Jung, the legendary psychologist who retreated regularly into isolation, spending days in a remote cabin where he produced some of his most influential ideas. This wasn't a luxury, it was a necessity. Jung understood that depth required distance, quiet, and solitude. It required protecting himself from the shallow chaos of everyday interruptions. Now, you might wonder, does this mean I need to retreat into a cabin too? Not necessarily. Deep work is less about physical isolation and more about mental clarity. It's about deciding consciously what deserves your attention and what doesn't. It's learning to say no gracefully but firmly to distractions, recognizing they're stealing something precious from you. And there's something profound in this realization. The things we often blame for distracting us, technology, colleagues, responsibilities, they're only part of the equation. The deeper truth is we distract ourselves because, deep down, we're afraid of confronting the quiet. We're afraid of the demands clarity places upon us, the truths that surface when the noise fades. But embracing that quiet is exactly where your greatest ideas, your most meaningful achievements are born. It's where true growth happens, not in the frantic race of shallow tasks, but in the calm intensity of deep, focused work. Imagine your mind as a garden. Without care, weeds, distractions grow everywhere. But deep work is the careful tending, pulling away distractions to allow space for your best ideas to bloom beautifully, freely, vibrantly. Now, here's the final thought I want to leave you with. Every single one of us has the potential for deep work within us. It's not reserved for a select few geniuses or hyper-disciplined achievers. It's available to you right now in this very moment. The question isn't whether you can access it. It's whether you're willing to create the space for it. So, ask yourself quietly, without judgment, what would my life look like if I truly committed to deep, meaningful work? Let this question linger, gently guiding you towards your next step. Because in answering it, you might just uncover the clarity and purpose you've been seeking all along.